Welcome to PinAwise.com. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. Ever wondered how well you know about the natural disasters in the Philippines? It's a question that may seem a bit daunting, but it's one that we're going to dive into today. The Philippines, a tropical archipelago situated in the western Pacific Ocean, is no stranger to natural calamities. Its unique geographical conditions make it a hotspot for various forms of natural disasters. From powerful typhoons and widespread flooding to ground-shaking earthquakes and volatile volcanic activity, the country has seen it all. Furthermore, its location along the Pacific Ring of Fire, a major area in the basin of the Pacific Ocean, where a large number of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur, plays a significant role in the frequency and severity of these disasters. As we journey through this captivating topic, we'll uncover the stories and impacts of these events, shedding light on the resilience of the Filipino people. Now, let's unravel the top 10 natural disasters that have occurred in the Philippines. At number 10, we have the unforgettable earthquake of 1990, which struck the island of Luzon in the Philippines. This quake, although not the strongest in terms of magnitude, resulted in one of the most devastating landslides, particularly in the city of Baguio. The sudden shift of the Earth's crust led to massive rockfalls, claiming the lives of around 1,600 people, making this one of the deadliest quakes to shake the country. The Philippines, a part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, is no stranger to natural disasters. Its unique geologic conditions, surrounded by large bodies of water and straddling major fault lines, make the country consistently susceptible to earthquakes, typhoons, and volcanic activity. But what's truly remarkable about this nation is not just its vulnerability to such disasters, but the unyielding spirit of its people. Despite any destruction, the resilience of the Filipino people always shines through. Coming in at number 9, we find ourselves face to face with a force of nature that has left an indelible mark on the Philippines: the eruption of Mount Mayon. Known as the most active volcano in the Philippines, Mount Mayon is renowned for its perfect cone shape and violent eruptions. This geologic phenomenon is located in the Pacific Ring of Fire, making the Philippines no stranger to such volcanic. These eruptions can cause significant damage to property and loss of life. In the vicinity of the volcano, residents have learned to coexist with the constant threat of the volcanic eruption. But the Filipino people's resilience shines through as they continually adapt and prepare for these volcanic events. The power of a volcanic eruption can be terrifying, serving as a reminder of the awesome might of Mother Nature. But it's also a testament to the resilience and strength of the Filipino spirit. They have faced these catastrophes time and again, always rising from the ashes stronger before. Moving forward, let's delve into the 8th most destructive natural disaster. At number 8, we find ourselves face to face with the devastating power of the 1976 Moro Gulf earthquake. Located in the heart of Southeast Asia, the Philippines' geologic condition, coupled with its location on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a major area of seismic activity, makes it particularly susceptible to these disasters. Imagine the ground beneath you, once solid and reliable, suddenly shaking and transforming into a terrifying spectacle of nature's unpredictability. The 1976 Moro Gulf earthquake was a significant event that led to loss of life, damaged infrastructure, and significant disruptions to daily life. Earthquakes are commonly triggered by seismic activity or volcanic eruptions, all of which are prevalent in this part of the world. The country's position on the Pacific Ring of Fire only intensifies the yet. Despite these challenges, the resilience and courage of the Filipino people never falter. They continue to face these adversities with strength and determination. The next disaster, at number 7, is another that has had a considerable impact on the country. Holding the 7th spot is a disaster that leaves no stone unturned: the infamous eruption of Mount Pinatubo. The Philippines, a country located in the Pacific Ring of Fire, is no stranger to volcanic eruptions. Each year, several of its active volcanoes show signs of unrest, with a few of them causing significant destruction. The 7th most destructive volcanic disaster in the Philippines was the eruption of Mount Pinatubo, occurring in June of 1991. This catastrophic event resulted in colossal ash clouds stretching up to 34 kilometers into the atmosphere. The resulting ashfall and pyroclastic flows led to the loss of over 800 lives and uprooted countless individuals from their homes. The Philippines' geographical location within the Pacific Ring of Fire and the presence of several active volcanoes make it particularly susceptible to these occurrences. As we proceed, it's vital to remember the lessons of past catastrophes and strive for enhanced resilience. Next, we'll be exploring the sixth most destructive natural disaster in the Philippines. Sixth on our list is the formidable force of the 2013 Bohol earthquake. The Philippines, a nation positioned on the Pacific Ring of Fire, is well accustomed to seismic activity. This geographical reality renders the country susceptible to frequent potent earthquakes. While these geological tremors form part of the archipelago's natural rhythm, they have left a trail of destruction and loss over time. The Bohol earthquake in 2013 is a poignant example. With a magnitude of 7.2, it resulted in extensive infrastructural damage and sadly took over 200 lives. Yet, it's the Filipino people's resilience that truly stands out. They consistently managed to rebuild, recover, and most importantly, uphold their unwavering spirit of optimism. Earthquakes, like all natural disasters, underline the raw power of nature and our responsibility to honor it. As we keep moving in our countdown, we find ourselves at the fifth spot. Taking the fifth spot on our list is a force of nature that's as captivating as it is catastrophic: the eruption of Mount Taal. The Philippines, with its position on the Pacific Ring of Fire, is a breeding ground for seismic activity with 23 active volcanoes. This major area in the basin of the Pacific Ocean is notorious for a large number of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. One dramatic example is the eruption of Mount Taal. The explosive eruption was so potent it catapulted ash into the atmosphere, causing unprecedented environmental effects. The aftermath was a desolate landscape of ash and mud, with thousands of people uprooted from their homes. Although these fiery giants pose a significant threat, they also enrich the environment, contributing to the country's vast biodiversity and fertile soils. As such, they help transform the Philippines into an agricultural paradise. As we move into the top 4, the disasters become even more devastating. At number 4, we find ourselves amidst the violent tremors of the 1990 Luzon earthquake, a natural disaster that the Philippines is all too familiar with. Being a part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, the Philippines endures frequent seismic activity, experiencing an average of 20 earthquakes a day, most of which go unnoticed. Nevertheless, the ones with destructive nature leave a lasting imprint. Terrifyingly, the ground shakes, buildings rock, and within a blink, lives are completely overturned. The most potent earthquakes can even trigger tsunamis, escalating the scale of the catastrophe. The Luzon earthquake, like others in the Philippines, was caused by the shifting of several significant tectonic plates in that area, including the Philippine Sea Plate and the Eurasian Plate. These enormous sections of the Earth's crust rub against each other, amassing tension until it is discharged in the form of an earthquake. Moving forward, we'll delve into the third most ruinous natural disaster in the Philippines. Claiming the third spot on our list is a disaster that rocked the Philippines: the eruption of Mount Pinatubo. This country, located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, is accustomed to seismic activities. However, some of these incidents create unforgettable destruction. In the late 20th century, the Philippines was witness to one of its most destructive events: the eruption of Mount Pinatubo. The volcanic eruptions led to widespread devastation, impacting nearly 1 million people. The severe aftermath caused a lot of infrastructural damage, with buildings collapsing like a deck of cards. Yet, the resilient people of the Philippines rose again. They rebuilt, they recovered, and they persist in preparing for future calamities. Their tenacity and unity in such trying times is truly commendable. But as we dig deeper into the core of natural disasters in the Philippines, we find even more lethal forces at work. We are now moving into the top 2 most destructive natural disasters. With a bone-shaking eruption, we are met with the terrifying might of volcanoes. Yet the scenery soon shifts to another disaster that has deeply scarred the Philippines, an enchantingly beautiful tropical archipelago known for its breathtaking islands and diverse marine life. Now we confront the infamy of the number 2 spot, where we find ourselves face to face with the devastating impact of the 1976 Moro Gulf earthquake. This nation, unfortunately, has a reputation for more than just volcanic and seismic wrath. The country also endures the onslaught of frequent and destructive floods. A geographical quandary grips this land. Every year, approximately 20 tropical cyclones batter this susceptible nation, often triggering catastrophic flooding. The ceaseless downpours from these storms and the nation's mountainous landscape, magnified by rampant deforestation, result in distressing footage of water down mountainsides into the low-lying areas. The floods are far from being a mere inconvenience. They often emerge as harbingers of death, causing mass displacement and wreaking extensive damage to infrastructure and agriculture, as shown in the disheartening visuals of destruction. Amidst lightning storms, raging fires, and the harsh aftermath of earthquakes, the resilience of the Filipino people is severely tested, yet their spirit remains resolute, unbent, and unbroken. And now, we approach the most catastrophic natural disaster that the Philippines has ever had to endure. The top spot is reserved for a disaster that has left an indelible scar on the nation, which we will reveal shortly. Stay with us for this astonishing revelation. And the most destructive natural disaster in the Philippines is the eruption of Mount Pinatubo. This volcanic activity, which occurred in June of 1991, was one of the most violent eruptions of the 20th century. The catastrophic event ejected colossal plumes of ash and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, reaching as high as 35 kilometers into the sky. The destruction was unfathomable. Numerous towns were buried beneath volcanic mudflows and ash, and an estimated 800 lives were lost, with hundreds of thousands displaced. The economic damage was also mind-boggling, with costs estimated at over 3 billion pesos. The Philippines, being situated in the Pacific Ring of Fire, is no stranger to volcanic eruptions. But Mount Pinatubo's eruption was a harsh reminder of how susceptible the country is to the brutal of nature. Despite this, the resilience and spirit of the Filipino people shine through as they continue to rebuild and recover. This disaster has left a significant imprint on the country and its people. These disasters, while devastating, have shown the world the resilience and strength of the Filipino people. Catastrophic as they may be, they've become a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation that refuses to be broken. In this journey through the top 10 natural disasters in the Philippines, we've seen the ferocity of Mother Nature, but more importantly, the resilience of those who live in her wake. From the roaring typhoons that sweep across the islands, to the earthquakes that shake their very foundations, the Philippines has weathered it all with unwavering courage and unity. Remember the wrath of Typhoon Haiyan, one of the most powerful tropical cyclones ever recorded? It was a catastrophe that shook the nation to its core, yet the Filipino spirit remained unbroken. They built back, stronger and more prepared. The flooding in central Luzon too was a display of nature's power, submerging vast areas underwater. But again, the Filipino people rose, quite literally, above the water, turning adversity into an opportunity for change. Who could forget the eruption of the Taal volcano, spewing ash and smoke miles into the sky? It was a scene of awe and terror, yet amidst the chaos, the unity of the Filipino people shone through, turning a time of fear into a time of community and compassion. These disasters, each unique in their devastation, have left deep imprints on the country and its people. Yet, every time, the Philippines has emerged stronger, its people more united, and its spirit unbroken. It's a testament to the fact that while nature can be brutal, the human spirit is tougher. And in a country that sits on the ring of fire, where natural disasters are a part of life, this spirit is the Philippines' greatest weapon. That's all for our countdown. Stay safe, stay informed, and remember, knowledge is power. As we've seen, the Philippines is a country of strength and resilience, a nation that faces adversity head-on and emerges stronger on the other side. and that in itself is a powerful message to us all. Please take a moment to like and subscribe and visit pinaywise.com for more information.